So Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name. He would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Don't believe twice. The biggest, like, clinching piece of evidence in Kyoko's mind is just some random things some people have happened to say.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
What?
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation?
I mean, we are dealing with the ultimate gambler.
No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
You know, actually, didn't Hifumi call us Makoto? Back, when he was... Yeah, she's trying to kill me. Makoto, I've never asked anything of you. Something, something. Right? Didn't he say Makoto then, not Mr. No? Okay. Whatever.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
What else was he gonna say?
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
We could have at least done us this favour and then said Miss Yasuhiro, considering that he says Mr. Naegi, you know?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here. Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
I mean, to be frank, no, you look very cool, but also a little bit, yes. A little bit, yes. God damn it.
Do I?
Jesus Christ, her voice actress did a great job, though.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Is this gonna be it? E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
I'm glad I caught this just
Wanted us
before
to know
we've
the
gone it.
killer's last name.
I only have 2 minutes.
Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
Oh dear
It
God.
would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I love it when Master
I'm not
yells at people.
pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Oh, I want to see
that's
the end of it.
only truth there is. Moron.
Oh, Celeste. Isn't there any way to make her face the truth?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
Hey Jill, I see your hand
Wanted
there.
us to know the killer's last name.
It wasn't Hero? Who said that?
There's one person
Is that
here
you,
who might
Hina?
have that last name.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's
Okay.
the truth.
That's right.
And since you
Ugh!
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, there's that.
That's it. The handbook.
I've been holding out. I knew it was inevitable, like a while ago, but I've been holding out, hoping, praying to sweet Jesus that there was something that would prove it wasn't Celeste. Like, last minute, last time it was pretty last minute when we switched from Byakuya to Mondo. I don't think there's a way to worm out of this.
What? Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
I mean, I guess. I don't know, because like Chihiro's did have mail in there, and I guess if Celestia Ludenberg really is a fake name, I guess that it's certainly plausible, and in fact likely that probably has whatever Yasuhiro then, if that is a real name. Although, it raises the question, if this is all right, and I was going to talk about this earlier, but I sort of forgot about talking about it. Why would Hifumi know her last name? Yeah. Talk about it after the trial, I think. Probably at the beginning, like the next time we're gonna start an episode in Makoto's room. Oh yeah. I've got some theory crafting.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
At this point, that's not cutting it, Celeste.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Everything is awful.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Well, at least this bit's good. Oh my god, Hifumi, what the fuck? What is wrong with your face? Okay. In this case, how did the killer recruit their accomplice? Was it seduction? What am I about to see in here? Ooh, yeah, let's get some hot Byakuya in there. Well, I mean, that'll get Hifumi, so boom. Actually, I'm not going to do that, just in case I forget to take it off later. Yeah, I don't know, I'll come back to this one. Okay, what time did the killers call their victim to the rec room? That was 1 o'clock. I can see that there. Who was it that the killer summoned first? The hero, obviously. There he is. There's our guy. Oh, there's his crystal ball from case 1 too. Jesus Christ. Hifumi is making some incredible faces in this fucking manga in these manga panels. Knocked him out and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit to falsify their evidence, and they used a certain item to do it. What are we talking like the camera? Because nothing else in there is really screaming. Nope. Screaming that. Oh, Taka. What time is Taka? That's 6 o'clock. Or just about. Well, there we go. Poor guy. It was Justice Hammer 4 that we used on Taka. Yeah, that's the one. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. In the library, it's either Justice Hammer 2 or him bleeding. And we don't have one of him bleeding, so let's go Justice Hammer 2. Oh man. Also, Jesus Christ, Hina's hair is gigantic. Which Justice Hammer was in the nurse's office when Hifumi was pretending to be dead? That was 3. Jesus. Oh, I see that there, Hifumi. Hifumi used something to move Taka's body. Well, hang on. We've got him with the dolly then, I imagine. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got him pushing the dolly here. God, Jesus. Hifumi! What is wrong with your face, my guy? You fucking... I can't... How can you party about killing a man? Dude! The weapon the killer used to murder Hifumi, what was it? Oh, I was gonna say this one, but that's that. So... Oh, no, went right past it. There we go. Right, now I think it's just that first one. But I don't really have many options. Celeste seduced him with crisps. Okay. So obviously isn't this one. I mean, this looks like it could go there, but I'm not sure. It's obviously not the door, it's not that, it's not Byakuya. It's not the blood pack, and I can't imagine it's this. So I guess this one's on one. I mean, the colours match up, like of the background. Let's go.
Exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents.
You know, I said this last time about how, you know, these obviously aren't, like, point-for-point accurate, because these are supposed to be, like, Makoto's point of view on how the whole crime went. Like, obviously with the whole Chihiro, like, last time it was how exactly, like, the exact circumstance around why Chihiro was killed. You know, I mean, we were shown in the thing that it was like Mondo crept up on him and then just thwacked him. Really, what I'm trying to say is that I genuinely hope that Hifumi did not take this much joy in killing Taka. It's like, it just showed. It's like, fucking A, man.
For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
That one's gorgeous. I love that. Oh! I mean, the quip was pretty poor, Makoto, but oh, that's the... I hate it. I hate the fact that I have to see Celeste in it, but oh, that's a good one. I like that. Oh.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
I mean, according to your stories, I don't think ever.
They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Well, I'm not. Oh. Okay. Yikes. I guess for this after trial bit, I'm going to need to come up with a new voice, aren't I?
Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
She afraid?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would,
really not okay.
please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I think the worst part is that it's not the worst part. The worst part, I suppose, like, morally, I guess, is that I like Celeste so much that I can't even be mad that she's technically the reason Taka died.
It's basically a formality at this point. But once again, you're totally correct!
God, I'm waiting for for the one time where he's going to be like, wow, you solved all that, and you were wrong!
The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely... Taiko Yasuhiro!
I've already forgotten how to say it.
Honestly.
Well, I guess I can give her, like, this one, then. The voice I've been trying to not give to Kyoko. Sure, I lost. That sucks. God damn it, Celeste! I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
Oh, well now she's sounding just a bit too much like Hina! Oh well, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? So you really did approach Ifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use... You know. I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Ifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Ifumi and Taka were both super into. Did she mean... She's talking about... Yes, Makoto, yes she is!
Say what?
What? What? What are you guys talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. In the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you were the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
That's right. And you use it to drag Ifumi into the plan you'd come up with.
Right again.
Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Ifumi a little visit.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Actually,
Oh, I guess now I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with
It was
this?
Taka. He stole it.
What?
So
And
then,
I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Ifumi, of course.
damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what? As for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me,
what?
and he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. Celeste. Fucking drag his name through the dirt, why don't you? So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. And I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Leon,
I'm going to kill him! I'm going to fucking kill him!
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. He'll even start calling Chihiro her just to get on his... I mean, she's done a fantastic job, but she's such a bitch. Fuck! And he has made you his target.
what?
Escape? You don't mean...
Taka is going to try to kill you.
What?
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself.
Yeah,
This is
bastard!
Leon.
Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
I mean, Ifumi's an idiot, but I don't know, I also can't blame him. This is a series of tragic events, not like the last case. Celeste's a fucking mastermind, but Taka was completely uninvolved and got murdered. Fumi was pretty masterfully manipulated, but I don't know, because he wholeheartedly believed this, didn't he? That he was going to kill to defend himself, to save his lady, quote-unquote, love. Then, would you like to join me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Wow, she even fucking laid that down on him. Right in front of him. Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me, dude.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation? I can't imagine it was hers.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. Yeah, you could have picked someone a little more innocuous.
But
So, why did you decide to make me the suspect, dude? Because you're because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry, dude. But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. Much like an Ace Attorney case ends up being in the end.
I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him. So you had planned to kill him all along.
But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya, dude!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? We're talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling, like... Celeste, I mean, the money's nice, but... I mean, what else is there to it?
From the moment our new life began here, my only thought has been escape.
And that, unfortunately, sort of came through in a free time event. That one. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here, dude.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie!
Hey!
I couldn't take it! I hated it from day one!
I mean, just like everyone else, really.
More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. Oh, man.
You know, I think it's something like this that really makes me not, like, hate Celeste, despite the fact that I really probably should. I mean, of course, there's before this. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed her, like, as a design, the voice acting, as a character. But, like, it's things like that. Like, not being able to give up on achieving your dream. What she said earlier about never giving up until it's... You know, until there is literally no chance. Until the game's over. I guess that's also kind of how I see life, you know? And I guess, since I don't hate myself, I can't hate her. Because I get it. I totally get it. And I mean, she played, as far as like a good plan, when she, aside from maybe Hifumi like designing everything, she picked the right people. Taka was certainly the most vulnerable, aside from Hifumi, and she got them both killed. Like, she was smart, mostly smart about it. Like, her ideology, I guess, lines up with mine. I can't... I don't know. I should... I think what I'm trying to say is I should hate her, but I just can't. I can't even... my opinion of her hasn't even lowered.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. The underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream.
And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle.
In a weird way, I'm not surprised, but... I don't know, I was kind of expecting something a little more crazy than that, you know? I mean, she's got the aesthetic. Like, Gothic Lolita. It's like a... I think it's supposed to be a Victorian thing, right? A castle? Oh my. Is that Byakuya? Kissing her foot? Also... I know I've seen her without them, but she just looks weird without the drills. But cool!
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards.
Girl's ambitious, I think.
I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need.
Fuck's sake, Celeste. God damn it. Oh, you're so unabashedly selfish. I almost respect it, to be honest. Especially, you're very open about it. Like, I suppose to that extent you are the least sympathetic killer we've had so far, but... You're also still, like, the one I can get on board with, the, like... Not the most, Mondo's, I think, really is the one I can get on board with the most. Purely on... I mean... I guess ultimately him and Celeste aren't too different in the fact that they acted very, like, selfishly in the end. I mean, Mondo's was, of course, like... built on like years of anxiety, but yeah, I mean, he still killed for himself, really. Like, it was a heat of the moment, really, like, backed into a corner sort of thing, but, yeah. And then there's Leon, who just, like, could have just not killed Sayaka, but he did. Yeah.
Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Jesus. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream. My only goal. That's what life is all about. I mean, I can't. She had a dream, she wanted to go for it. It doesn't really matter how selfish it was in the end. It's like, the dream in and of itself wasn't really selfish. The fact that she killed for it, yeah, but, like, combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. Yeah, how expensive would a castle be to buy? I guess I'll look that up after this episode. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
You asked me to feel guilty. It's a pointless endeavour. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
I don't know, when she puts it like that, I don't know, I kind of feel like she's lying a bit, you know? Like, I don't doubt, like, her dream or whatever, but I think, I don't know. I don't know if she feels guilty. I don't know. She probably doesn't about Hifumi, let's be real, but I don't know, maybe it's just my favoritism biasing me here. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's part of me that just feels like she's purposely making herself out to be worse than she is, you know? Like, there's really no reason for her to phrase it quite like this, you know? And I mean, hey, she did the same thing apparently with Hifumi when we found him dead. She was like, oh, he's been murdered! And tried to force our line of thinking that way. If she tries to forcibly make us think that she's a terrible person, like, we aren't gonna disagree, are we?
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
How does that work? I don't think you can be reincarnated as someone who's already dead. You just get executed again. You just get executed again, dude. Celeste smiled then. When she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. Oh, I was right, wasn't I? She is scared. Yeah, I think I might have been right about her lying a second ago too. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. That statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Oh no. Here it comes. I can feel myself choking up a little bit. Ah, oh, God. Ultimate gambler punishment. Ah. Ugh. Ugh. I'm thinking roulettes.
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling! The Blackened disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time! I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Oh, don't say that. At least for once, be honest with us.
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Goodbye. Oh, we're going for a more gothic theme than Gambler, aren't we? Oh, the burning of the Versailles Witch, okay! Oh, that's a fucking terrible way to die. Well, that just happened. It's over. Oh yeah, I see Toko's back with us. We didn't have Toko for like that entire trial, did we? Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I can be a bit fucking chipper now, considering that execution sort of made me giggle a bit on the inside, you know? Ha 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 ha. Fire truck. Wasn't expecting it. Let's just get this episode over with. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. For him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young! You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, I never I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
What do I care about hope, man? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already! So anyway... Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste? So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What?
My sentiments exactly. What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course. See ya!
Monokuma disappeared. He was all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
What?
Ooh.
What? And that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. You know, we're done with the trial now. I was gonna just call it when we got to the chapter end, but yeah, no, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna call it here, actually, and recuperate a little bit and try and process with the trial and chapter I just did. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye.